Hello, welcome to Learn, Do, Become Radio. I'm April Perry, and today I just want to share my love for you and some encouragement. And I want you to know that if you are working to get your life organized, you are not doing it alone. So today I'm sharing some stories that will hopefully encourage and inspire you. If you're brand new here at Learn, Do, Become, we help people who are overwhelmed by the details of life to create simple systems so they can do what matters most. We care about self-care and family and becoming closer to our higher power and having strong foundation in our lives for finances and order and health. And sometimes it feels so impossible, and it feels like life is just constantly in disarray and there's clutter every time you turn around, and we're all trying to navigate different things. But I know that it makes a big difference when we have specific principles that can help us to get organized. So I've been receiving these beautiful testimonials from our community members, and our team member Candace sends them to me by email. And my email has just been so full of them. And today there were 4 that were so good. I just thought I just got to get on a podcast and read them, because I want people to know that this effort that they're putting in to getting their minds and their lives in order is absolutely worth it. And I want you to hear from people who are going through the experience alongside you right now in real time. And so I'm going to go ahead and just read what these individuals from our community have been sharing, and then, add a little commentary, some things that you could do to apply this to your life right away. And I hope that you will feel a lift today. Now, as we get started, I just want to clarify that a lot of these people are part of our programs. We have a program called Steps to Everyday Productivity, where we teach you how to build a command central and basically have a system to organize all the stuff like papers, projects, tasks, goals, routines, etc. And we have a membership called Arise. And Arise is where we gather monthly to work on one of 6 areas where we're architecting a life of excellence, and we're moving forward with health and relationships and finances and purpose and higher power and order. Okay. So if you want links to know how to work with us, come to the show notes page and we'll have links there and fun ways you can get started. And I'll also share some links at the end you can access if you would like. So let me start with Claire. Claire has sent in 2 different testimonials. I'm going to read both of them because they are just amazing and just gave me such a lift. So first she said, I'm doing some reflecting on the changes that have happened in my life since joining this community. Now, she's a member of Arise and Step. Over the last decade of my life, I have heard many of the principles that are taught in this program. I've read many books about these principles. What this program did was give form and function to those ideas. It gave me a way to put all those ideas into action. I truly never thought that I could be organized. Completing basic tasks and routines felt impossible to me. Now I am completing project after project and working on building new routines. That's because in those little windows of time that I have during the day, I have my next actions list there to reference. I can knock some things out on the list and keep moving forward. Before this program, I would have these pockets of time and not know what I should do. I remember thinking I could do something right now, but what? And there were so many things swimming around in my head, I couldn't decide. I mostly worked on my house, but even that wasn't under control. My house is now easy to maintain, and my mind is at peace. I've heard so many stories here about people being able to be present with their children, not worried about all the things that are left undone. Last night, that happened for me. My 8-year-old daughter asked me to sit down and chat with her for a little bit. We did. I left my phone in the kitchen, and we went in the family room and sat and talked. Before, I would have thought, I need to get her to bed so I can work on things in my office. Not last night. It was so sweet. That thing that I heard about in others' testimonials in this program became a reality for me too. Thank you so much to everyone that's here. Each of you matter so much. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I have a lot to say on this, but I'll keep it brief. Number 1, I love that Claire learned there was nothing wrong with her. She is completely capable of being organized. It's just that she didn't have a step-by-step way to do it. And what we do, if you're thinking, well, what are you doing magically in that STEP program? So what we do is we help you to be able to get your mind organized and figure out what is a project, what's a routine, what is a very, very next action you need to take, a one-off task that will move you forward. And we show you how to make all this actually work with your calendar and with other parts of the system that keep things off your mind, like our someday list or our filing cabinet or things like that. But essentially, when you can learn to look at all the things that you need to do and be able to quickly label them as a project routine, task, calendar, etc., then you're able to create a very workable, focused system that helps you to feel calm. And I can't tell you how excited I was hearing how Claire and her 8-year-old daughter were able to just sit and talk. That is what made this like my purpose in life, was because when I first figured out how to get organized, which I wasn't doing so I could talk with my kids, I was doing it so I could actually sleep at night. And so I wasn't just full of anxiety. But when I got that figured out, and then all of a sudden my house was super clean and I had time for my family and I could sit and be present, that's what sold me. That's what made me think, okay, I got to tell everyone about this, because I wanted that deeply. Nobody wants to be the parent who's saying, oh, sorry, can't chat with you right now. I got more important things to do, like check off a task list. Like nobody wants to do that. But it's so hard to be present with people in our lives when we feel like we have all these other things to do that are essential to our survival. And so just hearing how Claire is now getting projects done and routines are coming and her house is fine, like moving forward, it's maintained, her peace of mind, time with her children. This isn't some dream world. This is something that's possible for each one of us. And I love it. And then Claire also sent this in. She said, when I was waiting for my daughter to finish up her play practice, I pulled out my next actions list. Get the vehicle inspection done as part of my project to renew the vehicle registration. So that was on her errands section of the next actions list. She said, I popped into a Jiffy Lube and they were done in a few minutes. I then went on to complete the online form and payment before I even left the parking lot. I had my new registration sticker on my windshield in February and it wasn't due until March. This has never happened before. I know it may seem like a small thing, but it's not. It's given me confidence like I've never had before. I now realize that I, as a person, am not disorganized and flighty. I just needed a plan. You guys gave me that plan, and it's changing my life. Thank you. Okay, yeah, this one just brought me to tears because this is what I want you to know. When you have things on your mind, like, oh, I need to get the car registration done, obviously, that's like a task. Well, that's a project if you need to get your inspection and then send a thing in, right? All that stuff. Multiple tasks equal a project. But when you're trying to do that, in addition to 50 other projects or more, and you're trying to keep laundry and food and phone calls and texts and emails and everything else going, and you might have not slept well the night before, or someone got a cold, or now you've got to figure something else out. Your brain feels like it's crazy. And you start to blame yourself because you look around and you think, well, everyone else seems fine. What's wrong with me? Because no one's talking about it. You're not crazy. You're not a disorganized person. You need a plan and you need something that actually works. And I love that Claire knows she's not disorganized and flighty. And for you right now, if you're listening and you're thinking, I totally relate to Claire, you're not disorganized and flighty. You just need a plan. And we have lots of free ways to get started. LearnDoBecome.com/step is the best way to learn about projects and next actions. But please come on our welcome kit. I'll share that more at the end, but it's LearnDoBecome.com/welcome to help you just really get going. These simple things, even if you just implement the stuff that we offer for free, you are going to see a change in your life. And if you want more support and build the whole system and work with us and have a fun time with the LearnDoBecome community and team, then please, come in our programs. We love it. So congratulations, Claire, and thank you for sharing this. Next is from Caroline. She said, April, I'm working through the setting up of my command center sections, and I'm feeling really positive and hopeful. I moved into my home almost 2 years ago, and I've moved things from one place to another. I've been very depressed about my spaces, and when I found the LearnDoBecome videos, I immediately signed up. I am so relieved and happy to be getting help to take control of my time and life. This is my 3rd day. Just wanted to say thank you. And I just want to share that one as well because Caroline brings up some really good points. When you're moving things around from one place to another, and you're either trying to move into a new place or move out of a place or just reorganize a certain place you're in, or maybe you have a parent coming to live with you, or maybe you just had a baby, or maybe your kids are aging up, or maybe you've had some health challenges and you kind of need to reconfigure where you are. When you're moving things around and you just feel like nothing is ever finished, and it's just a constant Groundhog's Day of let me get up and let me just move things around in circles and hack at a list and then feel like I'm failing every day, it's very, very easy to feel depressed. And there are a lot of people out there, I know, because some have communicated with us and some I've just seen, where they are trying so hard and they're putting a lot of energy into creating order or trying to make things feel good, but it just doesn't work. And then they're thinking things like, I'm a failure. I'll never get my home organized. People will probably think I'm lazy, right? There's all these thoughts that go through your head that then cause you to feel depressed. And this is something that I watched my mom struggle with as I was growing up, where she was a very happy, sweet, faithful, amazing woman who loved God and loved all of us, and everyone just wanted to be around her. Didn't matter if the house was messy. But I watched her get discouraged. Oh, the house. Oh, it's such a mess. Like, I saw that over and over and over again. And when I started taking care of our family and realized how much stuff there was that came along with having a baby, like our laundry quadrupled, and then Eric and I were trying to combine all the stuff that we had, and then I had things piled on top of kitchen cupboards. I would move piles around in circles. Eric would come home and say, where are my piles? And I'm like, I put them in the bedroom. I couldn't handle them out here on the kitchen table. And he's like, why'd you move my piles? Now I can't find anything. And anyway, yeah, we had a good time. So if you can relate to that, I just want you to think about what Caroline's saying, where she's gone from feeling depressed about her spaces to feeling relieved and happy to take control of her time in life. And probably a couple years ago, I made this little picture where I drew all the benefits to having a command central. And I just made, maybe, 15 little pictures on a piece of paper. And I said, are we missing anything? And then someone commented and said, you need to include that when you build your command central, you are now in the driver's seat of your life. And I love that image. So I added it on. You are in the driver's seat. When you feel like you are a victim of circumstances and you just have to react to whatever comes to your email or in the mail or what maybe an employer or a coworker or a child or someone who depends on you, brings to the table, that is a very frustrating place to be because you never know if you're going to have time to exercise, sleep, like get ahead on anything that you're excited about. You just are responsive. And there are so many beautiful things about being a responsive person. I like to be a responsive person, but I don't want to be a victim of circumstances. And I don't want you to do that either. But when you have a system in place, then as people bring you requests or ask you to do things, or if an emergency comes up, you have a system to be able to prioritize it if it makes sense, or to say, hey, we'll follow up in a couple of days. I don't have the capacity to do that today, but I'd be happy to help you. Here would be the next steps. It's a completely different way to look at life. So I love that. Thank you, Caroline. Okay, next one is from Carol. And she said, Dear April and Eric, sometimes the days and weeks pass so quickly I don't keep up with your podcast and I find myself going back to the beginning. And that's okay because I never get tired of what you have to say. You're so cute, Carol. She said, I just wanted to tell you again what a difference you and your program have made to the way I function these days. With between 20 and 25 hours of work each week, providing clerical support to the chaplain here at our retirement community, with today's count of 459 residents, this is a combination of independent living, assisted living, convalescent care, and the memory unit, it gets what used to be overwhelming. But now I can sit back and fill out the 8 most important tasks broken down into individual steps and give the chaplain a copy of what I'm doing so we don't duplicate our efforts. I'm sending you all good wishes for your good health and making sure you know how much of a difference you're making in this uncertain, chaotic world to so many of us who are behind-the-scenes people. Blessings from Carol. And then she shared a little more detail. You can come check it out on the show notes page if you want to see what her 8 projects are. It's so awesome. So Carol, I'm sending a huge hug if you're listening to this episode of the podcast. And I just want to acknowledge you for what you're doing, because with 459 residents, those are a lot of people. And as someone who, I had my mom in a facility for convalescent care when she broke her hip twice and needed care. And my father-in-law was in a memory unit for several years. And my grandmother was in assisted living for many years and convalescent care. And I shared a bedroom with her for a few years. Anyway, I know that there are so many families who are praying for you and depending on you and hoping that you can give their loved ones the care that they need, because not every elderly person gets that love and care. And then hearing how you are helping this chaplain with all these wonderful programs and resources to help these people, it's awesome. And I love that it's not overwhelming for you anymore. And this is just another fun example where, one time we shared a story, I don't know if I shared on the podcast, but we put it on our social media, of a family who's had a brand new baby and little children, and then their freezer broke and all their homegrown meat or their grass-fed beef, all their amazing meat that was in their freezer was thawing, and they had to cook it all and get it ready within just a few days. And they shared how they were doing it and getting up in the middle of the night to put things in crock pots and all the stuff and taking care of the baby. So for young families, having plans and projects and routines, all that makes a difference. And then here in an assisted living home or retirement community where you're helping a chaplain and being able to put together projects that will help those individuals that are living there. It's amazing. And a lot of times when I go to business conferences or I'm getting business training, they say, okay, who is your ideal person? Who is your ideal client or customer? And they want me to be very, very specific about this person, their name is this, they're this many years old, and here's what they like. And that's awesome. But I have a really hard time focusing because we have people from all walks of life whose lives are changing. And so I would say our ideal person is someone who's tired of being disorganized, tired of feeling stressed, who wants to love and support others and do it while also caring for themselves and actually feeling sane and happy and encouraged and optimistic. That's what I want. If you care about having strong relationships, a strong family, and doing good in the world, and you feel like, I just don't know how to do it, then that's what we're here to help you to do. So thank you, Carol. Love that. And then this one came in from Kathleen, and this one is so cute. Okay, so she said, Dear April and team, I am slowly working my way through the STEP program, loving it. While sorting papers, I came across a little note from my dear, almost 88-year-old mom, widowed in 2023, asking if I would think about making an arrangement or medley of 2 of her favorite songs. So one was called You'll Never Walk Alone, and one is called Great Is Thy Faithfulness. I had not forgotten about it completely, but it was one of those things that just kept getting moved from place to place until I moved it to my projects list at the beginning of February. Many days I would only spend about 20 minutes at it, but kept working, playing the piano, trying different approaches until I had it. Then I had to put all the notes on paper and record it for her. This morning I just completed the recording, uploaded it to my studio YouTube channel, and printed and wrapped the music to send in the mail tomorrow. It will arrive in time for her birthday on March 8th. So on the morning of her birthday, I'll send the link for her to open and listen, and then she can open her package with the music inside, in case someone in her retirement home would like to play it for her in person. I can't tell you what joy this whole process has brought me. What seemed overwhelming was easily broken down into many tiny baby steps, many small sessions, and the project actually got done without me having to hunker down for an entire Saturday to do it. Your program is the best, from Kathleen in Ohio. And then she added, oh, but wait, I forgot to tell you the rest of the story. I managed to accomplish this all the while, 1, being a full caregiver for my husband after a complicated foot ankle surgery, 2, taking care of our aging dog, just turned 13, all kinds of special extra things for her these days, And 3, keeping all my piano students on track week by week. And 4, wrangling 26 volunteers to judge at a big music festival this past Saturday. And I still had time for a relaxing bath at the end of each day and good full night of sleep each night. See what a great program you have. And then she said, here's the pretty package of music sent off in the mail more than a week early. And she has a photo you can come see on our show notes page. And then she also sent along a recording of her music. And I played it yesterday. It was before I was heading off to an errand. And then I took it and I played it again in the car as I drove. And I was just thinking, okay, Kathleen, she is out there implementing what we talk about here at LearnDoBecome. She made it happen by identifying this project of figuring out she wanted to compose this song for her mother's birthday. She broke it down to the very next action. Okay, just 20 minutes. I'm just going to work on this one section, right? Little section at a time. Figuring out how to get it written out, recording it, uploading it, right? All these little, tiny little steps. And then making that beautiful gift to send off to her mother. I'm recording this on Thursday, March 6th. So her mother is going to be getting it for her birthday in just a couple of days. I can't wait. I'm so excited for her. And I can't even tell you how grateful I am to be able to hear the story, because here's the thing. Each one of us has special, specific, beautiful gifts to give to the world. I'm not a composer. I'm not going to be writing music, but Kathleen is. And you might be doing something totally different. Maybe you like to cook or bake, or maybe you're really good at accounting, or maybe you're really good at helping people do home design, or maybe you're doing medicine. I don't know what your specific skill is, but when we can take the things that are in our hearts and actually get them out on paper, like, is this a project? Is it current? Is it next in line? Is it someday? In this case, because her mother is turning 88, this was a now project. It mattered enough to her. She wanted to do it right now. And that's great, because the opportunity might not be there in the future. And so her being able to make that a current project and then identify those very simple next actions and get it working alongside the other projects that she was doing and the other things on her calendar and so many routines, taking care of her husband after his surgery and the dog. I mean, it's amazing. And this is the idea that I'm so excited to continue sharing, because I want you to be able to feel that in your life. I don't want any one of us to get to the end of our life and think, oh, I'd always wanted to do this thing or XYZ, but I just got caught up scrolling on my phone and watching TV and just feeling like I was a failure. I don't want anyone to feel that, because it's not necessary. There's a way to be able to move forward. And I thought I was just doing 4. I'm actually doing 5. I forgot I added one more here on the page. So this last one's from Wendy. She said, I am celebrating. I've done many programs throughout the years, which I have unsuccessfully stuck with. I decided when signing up with this program, I was going to go step by step and not look ahead, not allow my brain to go into overload, which it always does. When April said take 10 minutes and box things up, I did. I put all the office supply type of things and anything I knew I needed within the week in one box. The rest, I boxed it up and labeled it. I then followed each day, step by step, through Module 1 and 2 with setting up my Command Central. I still feel like I have wobbly legs using the system, and my projects containers are currently plastic craft trays, which are great for the moment. But here's what I'm noticing. My main landing spot has stayed cleared off for 2 weeks. And I did my tax packet for the accountant yesterday. I've never gotten it done this early, ever. It was one of my projects for this month. My dining room table is clean every night. My brain is literally calm now because I can sit at a clean desk. Where I went previously was, well, I haven't really accomplished anything because I still have these boxes with stuff in them sitting in front of me. And now I say to myself, I know what's in the boxes. I get to plan when that box is going to be gone through. I'm not going through them yet because I'm still getting stronger working the system to allow for me to breeze through the boxes, which would have taken me down before. Thank you, April and Eric. And she has this photo, or a couple photos I'm going to share. So there's a before that just shows a desk that's incredibly normal with just a lot of stuff on it. And then a desk that is clear and neat and clean. And she's got a system. And just as I was reading that, I was just thinking, go Wendy, look what you're doing. Going step by step, not getting ahead of yourself, not getting overwhelmed, just taking it piece by piece. In our Steps to Everyday Productivity program, we have 6 modules and they're all organized in little 10-minute microbursts so you can do a little at a time. But I love that she's noticing, oh my goodness, I have clear space because I know where to put things. Oh, my tax packet, I got it done because it was a project. And what was the very next action? How did I do that? The dining room table's clean. Her mind is calm because she can sit at a clean desk. And this is where I have a hard time articulating how powerful this is. But I know the feeling of sitting down in chaos, or not even be able to sit down because your chair's covered with clothes or stuff or whatever. That's what mine was like growing up. And never feeling like you could actually get ahead of a mess, or thinking, oh, I just got to dive in and spend my whole life getting organized. And then once it is, then it all just goes right back to being a mess because you don't have routines to keep it up. And then thinking, well, I'm not doing that again because why would I spend a perfectly good Saturday cleaning the house when it's just going to be messy by Monday and then I'll just have to do it again, so I might as well not. I mean, if you've ever felt that way, you understand that pain and the discouragement you feel and the sense of stagnancy where you just think, am I ever going to move forward? Am I ever going to have these dreams that I've been hoping for, my whole life? But watching what people like Wendy are doing, or Carol, or Kathleen, or Caroline, or Claire, I just feel so, so grateful for each one of you. And if you want to come read or reread, re-listen to what it was that they shared, if you just come to our show notes page, I've got all of it printed out for you. And I just want you to know that there is hope. And everything we have here at LearnDoBecome has been created with you in mind and the idea of you thriving. So if you come to LearnDoBecome.com/welcome, you can get our brand new welcome kit. We have it linked on our homepage and everything. And that gives you kind of a map of everything we have here at LearnDoBecome, like our free Facebook group and our YouTube channel and the podcast and social media and all that stuff. Plus, and we have a whole directory, I don't know if you have that, but a whole directory of LearnDoBecome so you can see what we have to offer. Then we have 4 quick ways you can get going at LearnDoBecome, depending on how much time you have. So it's like 5 minutes, 10, 30, or 60 minutes. And you can pick, and you get lifetime access to the free welcome kit, so you don't have to go through it all that second, but you're going to have it there for you. And then each week, we'll send you additional encouragement, free resources, ideas, podcasts, right? Stuff that we're putting together. Even if you only want what we offer for free, your life will change. And if you want to move a little faster or have community support, more coaching, all of that, then we have our STEP and Arise programs. But we're not like hard sell people. We're not here because we're like, oh, we just need to make a lot of money. That is not why we're here. We are here because we believe that everyone deserves to be able to wake up excited and go to bed content. And I know it seems crazy, like, April, cleaning my desk is not going to make me happy. You're right. It's not the desk that makes you happy. But having the capacity to identify what you really need and make it a priority, then if there is a big problem going on, you have that capacity. Do you need to find a new job? Do you need to meet with a health counselor? Do you need to take care of something in your family? Do you need some new routines? Do you need the ability to exercise? Do you need to get your budget under control? Like, what do you need? Once you have a clear mind, oh, it's so great because you can just create your projects for the list and go solve those problems. Okay, I'll stop talking now. I just want to let you know we're here for you. We're cheering you on, and we can't wait to have your story be the next one that we share here on the podcast. Please continue to share with us what's happening and the things you're noticing, and we'll just continue to celebrate with you, and then we'll all be here to inspire each other. I just feel grateful knowing it's not just me. It's not just Team LearnDoBecome. It's a whole community who is taking ownership and making changes. And I genuinely believe that this is how we change the world. Okay, sending love. We'll see you soon at LearnDoBecome.com.